8 years ago, I started using Pixieset to deliver my client galleries. Last year, I switched my entire business to Pixieset. Website, client galleries, prints, albums, scheduling, invoices, payments, contracts, and client questionnaires. So I've been wanting to share how I'm using it to run my business, so I've partnered with them in this video. So this is my super long-term review of how I'm using Pixieset to run my entire business. There are 7 key stages to running my photography business: getting found, getting inquiries, booking meetings, getting paid, delivering photos, selling albums and prints, and finally, repitching and rebooking. So let's run through how I'm using Pixieset for each stage. To get clients, they have to know you exist. Google reviews, Yelp reviews, social media, and backlinks from other websites all tell Google that your website is legit and you're established in the industry. While a beautiful website, fast loading times, mobile optimization, regular updates, and tons of content all show Google that your website is relevant and worth recommending. So let's get started. Luckily, Pixieset has amazing designs made specifically for photographers and videographers, so I can choose from any of the designs they've got here for no extra fees, switch between designs whenever I want, and customize a website in just a couple of seconds. All I have to do is select my theme, customize my text, and swap out the images to have a beautiful, professional website in a couple of clicks. By the way, Pixieset lets you create your website for free. So if you want a basic website to launch your business or just test it out to see if you like it first, I'd really recommend giving it a try. The website editor has tons of features, but everything is so simple. It's drag and drop, and all their designs just work and look beautiful out of the box, which is so unlike a lot of themes I've used from WordPress, Squarespace, or Wix themes that just take a ton of work and never really look the way you want. Everything looks amazing, the typography is great, both on desktop and on mobile, and I can easily switch between both to see how the design is actually looking. And probably the coolest part of all of this is because it's connected to my Pixieset galleries, all my images are automatically optimized and uploaded, so it's lightning fast. I don't have to worry about extra plugins, updates, custom code. It's simple, it's easy, and it's super quick, which means that I'm gonna be more likely to actually post and update regularly. Check out this gallery I just delivered. I'm gonna create a blog post from a template that I saved, click this gallery selection, select the images that I want in there, and then I'll use my custom ChatGPT prompt to write the blog, and voila, an SEO optimized blog post in under 5 minutes. This is honestly the main reason I switched everything to Pixieset. Before, I'd update my website like once a year. It was a pain because it took so long, I was never really happy with it, and I just was busy. But because of how easy and fast Pixieset makes things, I can actually spend more time working on my business and less time working in it. I've used pretty much every site builder out there: WordPress, Squarespace, Wix, Showit. Nothing compares to how quick, easy, and efficient Pixieset makes my workflow, which is why I love it so much. By the way, if you want this ChatGPT prompt, I'll leave a link in the description for you to grab it and get a discount off Pixieset at the same time. The easiest way to improve your SEO is to get tons of Google reviews. Pixieset helps me do this in a couple different ways. First, when I send galleries to my clients, I'm writing a message using a template with a link to my Google review page at the very bottom. Super simple. But most of the time this isn't going to work. You're gonna have to follow up. Pixieset helps me do this 2 different ways. First, they have a scheduling feature so I can automatically follow up with a review reminder a week later. Second, I can look at the recent activity in my dashboard to see who's downloading and favoriting images, and then reach out to them at the perfect time. Side note, I can also use this as the perfect chance to offer print or album sales, but we'll get into that later. Now that I've got my reviews, it's time to connect my social media. Pixieset lets me sync my Instagram feed really easily on my website, and in like 2 seconds, it looks beautiful, it just works. I can also create a social media page with links too. Great, but now I need backlinks so Google actually trusts my website. So that's where Pixieset questionnaires and galleries come in. Before every shoot, I send my clients a questionnaire asking them about their vendors: the planner, the stylist, the makeup artist, the florist, the venue, the shoe designer, the dress designer, the suit rental company, all of it. Then, when I deliver my gallery to the client, I can create a duplicate for all the vendors and create a blog post on my website. So now all the vendors need is a link from me to the gallery so they can pick and choose their favorite images. And all I ask is that they tag me on social, and on their website, they link to my full blog post. P.S. If you want to leave me a quick Google review, I'd be happy to do the same for you, Mr. Vendor. I can also submit the same gallery to relevant blogs and magazines to get even more backlinks. So our website is beautiful, people are finding it, but now we want them to actually reach out and book a call with us. Why a call? because calls build trust. When I switched from emailing my pricing info to hopping on a call, my bookings tripled. So get them on the phone as quick as possible. We want to add our contact link to the top and bottom of our site. Then we want to show lots of social proof, reviews, feature publications. Then we'll show we're in demand by showcasing our limited availability. Make your pricing visible, at least have starting prices, because brides are busy and overwhelmed with options. So if you don't have pricing, chances are they might skip you entirely. And then let's create a contact form. Pixieset's contact forms are so easy, so simple, and they just work. Plus they totally solve my spam problems. Next, we'll add a book a call page to our menu. And finally, the most important step, we're gonna create a redirect from our contact page to our book a call page. This one trick easily doubled my calls and bookings and takes all the work out of going back and forth and trying to find a date to set up a meeting. Awesome, we're all set to get inquiries and book calls on autopilot. And now, let's get paid. So you hop on the Zoom call, it goes great, and the client says they're ready to book. So you tell them, yeah, sweet, you'll send through the contract and deposit info right after this, and they can book things in, right? Wrong. Emailing your client after the call just gives them one more thing to do, and it gives them more time to rethink and question their decision. So if they're ready to book on the call, you should book them on the call, which is where Pixieset makes things so amazing. I'll just open up my invoices, select my invoice template, and add the client's info. I can accept the deposit by credit card right on the call, and then give them other payment options later. And Pixieset also calculates all the tax and fees and whatever, and it even lets you add a tip option if that's your thing. Then I'll send through my contract in another couple of clicks. I'll use my template, get them to sign, and all in one place. And if you don't have a contract yet, no worries. You can get started with Pixieset's pre-written templates that you can just customize right there on the site. Everything gets saved and attached to that client in one place. Invoices are tracked, total payments are tracked, outstanding balances are tracked, and everything's backed up and organized, which is crazy helpful. Once the client is actually booked, you can then send them a questionnaire about the session, get all their info, and even book in the session using their studio calendar, which will sync to your Google Calendar as well. And that is how you get paid and stay organized. Now let's deliver our photos. Obviously, we want clients to love their photos, but equally important, we want them to have an amazing experience, so they'll refer us to their friends, write an amazing Google review, and come back to hire us again in the future. Pixieset's gallery delivery helps me make all this happen. After I call my images from a shoot, I can easily apply basic edit to everything and then upload the proofs with watermarks, all without leaving Lightroom using Pixieset's Lightroom plugin. Then the client can go through, create their favorites, upgrade to a full gallery, or add individual images for a set editing fee that I've kind of communicated to them before. And so once I know which photos they actually want, I'll go ahead, I'll edit them, we'll organize them into different sections, and I'll upload a new gallery to send to the client. If they want any adjustments, that's super easy too. Any updates I make in Lightroom can be automatically synced and updated in the Pixieset gallery, saving me a ton of time fiddling around. Oh yeah. And if I'm super lazy, which I kind of am, I can set up one-click print and album orders right there on the gallery. Pixieset and the print lab handle everything, and it all happens automatically. Pretty cool, right? But if you really want to sell prints and albums for lots and lots of money, then you're going to have to add a couple other steps. From the very first time your client sees your website and your social media, your albums and prints should be part of that conversation. Your pricing and info should have an average print spend there. Your site and your social and your meetings should all showcase beautiful prints, albums, and products that you're actually delivering to your clients. So from that very first call, you ask them what kind of prints they're thinking about. You tell them about your process and how after the wedding day, you'll set up a complimentary call to go through their photos, and together you can pick out images for their artwork. And after the wedding, you send them an email thanking them and letting them know that when the photos are ready, you'll be in touch to set up their album and print planning session. And so when you do all of this and you finally ask them for the sale, they're not surprised. Just like when the waiter shows up with a menu and asks you what kind of food you'd like to order, you're not caught off guard, right? You expected this, you asked for this, you want their help. Now, step number 2 is we roll out the red carpet. Your client wants that experience, and they'll pay extra for it. So instead of having them order themselves, you need to walk them through your images together. You provide expert advice and you help them visualize the products and sizing. And then after the call, you handle everything. You make the process easy and enjoyable. That is how you sell prints and albums. And Pixieset makes it a breeze to go through your gallery together with your clients, select their favorites, and process that order. Now here is where 90% of photographers stop because they think that's the last step. But we're not most photographers. We're going to do one more step which makes all the difference. Selling clients is hard. You've got to win their trust, convince them you're worth what you charge, get to know what they're all about, and finally get them comfortable with you. But once they already know you, they loved working with you, and they trust you, and they love their photos, that's a breeze. So why don't you make more of those sales? Most clients, however, aren't going to come back on their own. Life is busy. So it's up to you to actually reach out to past clients and keep them coming back. The first way that you can actually do this is when you initially send them that gallery, just schedule an anniversary follow-up for 3 months or 6 months or 12 months from now. You can add this to your calendar as well so that it automatically reminds you in Google or whatever calendar you're using. In the Studio Manager, you can also write out email templates. So it's super easy to customize them and make staying in touch with clients a breeze. Now, right now, you can't actually send mass emails to all your clients at once, but the Studio Manager is still pretty new in Pixieset and they're constantly adding features, so my fingers are crossed that they're gonna add this feature soon because once they do, it's going to be a game changer. You wanna stay in touch with your clients as often as possible without being annoying. So in general, here's a tip. As long as you have a reason, people don't mind. Birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, change of seasons. The fashion industry is a great place to look because they're always coming up with new reasons for sales, new product lines, other excuses to contact you, and reasons for you to come back. Set 30 minutes aside in your calendar every week to follow up with your clients because I promise you, you will be glad you did. So that's how I run my entire business inside Pixieset. With one platform, I can replace web hosting, contract signing, scheduling, prints and albums, questionnaires, client galleries, and invoicing. So my life is simpler, it's easier, I'm spending less money, and I'm spending less time working in my business and more time working on my business. So if you want to try Pixieset out and you found this review helpful, definitely hit the link in the description below when you sign up. And if you decide to upgrade to a paid plan, you can get $20 off your first month using that link. If you do have questions or things that I didn't actually cover in this, I would love to answer them. Leave those in the comments. And in the meantime, create something awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. Peace.